Title. Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a game called NeonXSZ, or NeonXSZ by Intravenous Software. NeonXSZ is actually the official pronunciation of the game's title, according to the developer's website. You can go look it up yourself. Anyway, what we have here is a game that's just recently made its way onto Steam Early Access, but it's actually been around for a while. It's been available on Carlz0r for a while now, and as a result, this game is actually more feature complete than a lot of the Early Access alphas and stuff that come out. They're actually just working on some of the later stages of the game, and everything else is considered to be very playable and very much done. So we're going to take a look at it because I am still very early in the game, and I can definitely show some stuff off without getting to the part of the game that's not necessarily as finished yet. Anyway, first thing first, we're going to go to the options menu and take a look around in here for a little while because there are some very typical options and then there's some very atypical stuff that needs to be shown. So anyway, video. Normally you just see like this presets menu where you can choose very low, low, standard, high, ultra, or customize, which is the screen that I was on. We have resolution options, full screen on or off, VSync, anti-aliasing, all these options over here, field of view, view distance. It's a very nice graphics menu. I gotta say, everything that you could possibly want to have available in a game that looks like this is definitely available for you to choose and pick from. And we have an audio menu here, which, as you guys know if you've been watching my stuff for a while, I very much like a nice audio menu with nice individual sliders for everything that move very smoothly and can be adjusted, you know, to a T. And that's exactly what we have here. I like that very much. We have separate music and Betty volume sliders. Betty is the ship's AI that talks to you when you're flying around and stuff, and we're actually going to turn that kind of low because that can get kind of distracting. She tells you when the shields are low, or when there's a lot of hostiles in the area, when your energy is low, stuff like that. Anyway, we also have a controls menu, which is like every controls menu's user's wet dream here. So you can set primary and secondary options for pretty much everything you can do in the game. This is a very extensive menu here. It's very nice, and you can assign things to your keyboard and mouse or your control pad. Xbox 360. I haven't tried playing that way yet, but I imagine it would work out pretty well if I tried. You also have sensitivity options for mouse zoom, ship roll, gamepad sensitivity. You can invert your axes. You can do everything you want. You can even calibrate your gamepad here. It's crazy. Anyway, close that and customize. Now this is a really neat menu here. This is where you can change the way the environment of the game works. And I'm actually using Aquaplane because it's one of the brighter and more easy to see ones, so it's going to look best in the video. But we have this NeonXSZ look. We have Neon, which is the same thing but a little bit more subdued. Aquaplane, which is a little bit brighter and easier to see everything. We have Wireframe, which is kind of Tron style. Let's see, Brood War, which makes everything, I guess, look kind of smooth and metallic. Identity Crisis looks kind of wild and crazy, and Gray Matter. This is one of the ones that I actually use a lot when I'm actually playing the game. But we're going to go with Aquaplane because it is brighter and easier to see than some of the other options. You can also change the player ship color, and you can. These are all options that you can choose here: the main body, the edges, details, canopy, lights, whatever. You have these RGB sliders that you can change for every single one of these, or you can just use the default color scheme. Anyway, return to menu. We have a difficulty options thing, and this can be changed at any time as far as I'm aware. Basically, what this does is makes the game easier, but you'll get less loot and less stuff, or you can make the game harder, which means you're more likely to die, but if you do succeed at killing things, you end up getting more loot. So that's kind of the trade-off there. You can go to even custom mode and turn up the enemy skill, enemy damage modifier, and stuff like that. And that should, if I'm correct, yeah, that modifies your loot drop size as well as whatever here. So you can kind of customize these to you. Like, you can turn the enemy skill way up, but then turn their damage modifier way down, and, you know, you can do whatever you want. I usually just go with experienced mode. Accept and close. And yeah, as you may notice, it regenerated the world there. This game actually regenerates every time you open it. You keep your progress from before. You don't ever really lose progress. It's not a permadeath game or anything per se, but the game is procedurally generated every time you go into it, and that's because it's supposed to be like the visualization of the inside of like a computer system or whatever, from what I understand anyway. So what we have here is the life and blood of the game. This is where we're going to be doing all of our flying and maneuvering, fighting, going from place to place. basically this is the main screen where we have our ability to attack, and we can shoot our missiles. By the way, everything that you do kind of has recoil. Everything in this game is very physics driven and stuff. Anyway, also we can rotate all the way around. We can actually point the view in any direction we want, so we can flip ourselves right back over. We can also reorient the camera with a button on the keyboard. We can move up, we can move down and crash into stuff. Oh, geez. We can put on the air brakes and just stop completely. We can also, let's see, left, right. I think I've covered it all. Basically, it's a 6 Degrees of Freedom game, like Descent, or like that Rodina game that I showed on my channel very recently. It's a lot like those, where you can go in any direction, do anything you want. Now these docking stations here, these act as like the... Oh, geez. Stop. Losing control. Anyway, these act as like the shops of the game for pretty much everything. We can buy upgrades here, we can buy new weapons here. They have the Magna Beam available, but I don't have any of that unlocked yet, so it's going to cost a ridiculous, impossible amount of uranium to unlock, so we're not even going to worry about that. These are a little bit less, but yeah, we're not going to worry about those right now. I have the main gun and the lightning beam right now, and that's all I need for now. I can't afford any of that other stuff. Besides, it'll probably unlock itself when I collect enough stuff to unlock it anyway. We can also change out our hulls here, and if this place sold these hulls, I'd be able to buy these outright from here too if I wanted to, or once I get them, which this one's almost unlocked right now. This is the Dart. This is one of the starting ones that you can choose from. It's actually, once that's unlocked, I can just switch to it for free, no problem. Let me get to one that, this one has an upgrade shop and a garage. That's actually what I want. Also has quantum teleporter. That basically means that you can set these as your home base, and you can also teleport back to your home base from places with a quantum teleporter if you want to. But anyway, do they have... Yeah, these guys have hulls available. I could actually get the M2 Predator if I had 526.5 milligrams of uranium. Anyway, by the way, this is uranium down here. I don't have much. Let's see. I'd get the Bulwark if I had 277.1. Yeah, let's not worry about those. Upgrades, basically just click on one of those, and now we can see all of our upgrades. We have energy storage, energy restoration, shields, shield regeneration, which I actually have a better one now. So why don't we go ahead and take that. We have an engine module. This is an engine. Yeah, this is the normal engine here. This is the engine modifier, which kind of boosts the normal output of the engine if you have something from here equipped. You notice all of these have buy buttons on them. If they're not fully unlocked, I can actually spend uranium to unlock them the rest of the way. Let's see. This is like an acceleration thing. This does 11 meters per second over time. This just boosts my nominal speed. Huh. Doesn't cost very much to unlock that either. I would actually consider getting that. I can switch to different missiles and stuff. This is what I have right now. I could switch to this one that I've already unlocked. This one is apparently... I have some of the data for it, but it's not unlocked yet. Energy compressor... Missile shield. I actually have this other thing. I have the shield amplifier. I'm actually going to switch that to this. These are all your miscellaneous upgrades. These ones, they sit up here at the front of your ship, and they kind of just do miscellaneous things to you. They'll either boost the output of the damage on your weapons, or just kind of boost the power of your energy regeneration or whatever. That's all that really does. Overclocking control. Since this is a garage, we can actually overclock things. And I actually need more energy regeneration, and I have a ton of nanotubes to spend. And nanotubes, along with the data that you collect about all the weapons and things that you can upgrade and everything from enemies, they also sometimes drop nanotubes, which can be used to overclock slots of your ship. So I'm not just overclocking this item, I'm overclocking the energy regeneration slot. So I'm basically making it so that no matter what I equip here, it'll always perform more efficiently. Even when I unlock this thing in a little while, because it's 91.7% discovered, it'll still work out for me. So why don't I go ahead and spend, I don't know, let's just spend like 45 nanotubes and overclock that slot a little bit. I don't know how to like discover exactly how much better that did for me, unless maybe I kept an eye on... Oh, okay, it changes over there. That's also increasing my mass, though. Basically, everything has mass in this game. So if you equip a lot of high-tech stuff, or a lot of like really good stuff, you're also going to become heavier, which means that if you don't have good engines, it's going to make you more sluggish and less maneuverable. But you can just get better shields and not have to be as maneuverable. That costs a lot of uranium. Anyway, there's a trade-off for everything. All of these upgrades, including the most miscellaneous ones and little drones that you can get and send out and stuff, all of them are available to the good guys and the bad guys. By the way, let me get to that. Good guys, bad guys, it's actually kind of a gray area distinction. It's like the dark side and light side of the Force. It's just up to you to choose a side. You have the antivirus and the operating system, which obviously sound like the good guys in comparison to the virus and the malware. You're trying to defend the system, at least by default, from the viruses and malware. But if you want to, you can actually help them by destroying the antivirus and the operating system fighters that are flying all over the place. All these guys that are flying around all peacefully in here, I can actually make them hate me and make the viruses and malware like me. And then when that happens, I actually get, when I complete these sphere challenge things, I actually get the ability to upload viruses and stuff to improve the virus control over the system rather than being able to upload antivirus, which increases the kind of control of the antivirus and operating system over the system. It's like one of those gray area sort of dealios. Anyway, so the HUD, something I should mention. If you hold right click, at least that's the default, like I said earlier, everything's rebindable, you get the ability to freeze time, and you can actually click on things in the world. You can also click on things in the radar, so you don't have to see them in the world to select them. Let me show you an example of that. This ship right here, if I want to select them, I just have to click on them. But I can also click on their icons down here in the radar to select them. And it's showing them in this little camera over here. Now if I want, I can turn that off and it actually becomes like a rear view camera, or I can change it to be a front view camera instead that's just zoomed in. Anyway, I like to keep it on enemy view camera so I can see what the enemy looks like. And that will revert to being a rear view camera if I don't have a target selected. Anyway, we have my missiles, how many milligrams of uranium I have, my tech level, which is basically how good I am, which weapon I have equipped. I have main guns, and I also have lightning. I can switch to those by just clicking rather than hitting the number buttons for them. In this time freeze mode, this works anytime, by the way. This is called, I don't know if there's a name for it. Hold on. Interrupt mode. Time appears to stop. Press escape to enter interrupt mode, or you can hold the right mouse button to enter interrupt mode. It kind of does a slightly different thing. It also shows the view of your ship where you can check all of your upgrades and stuff if you want to. And that's where you also change the faction and reputation view or the ship status view. You can also zoom in or out. You can also do that with the mouse wheel if you want. And you can view a message log from here. And this help menu, by the way, is extremely useful. Everything from just quick start information to situation report about your current area, which is like this is a border area, but it's actually controlled by the malware right now. You can tell because it's a very red and icky looking area. Our objectives, controls, interrupt mode, basically everything you need to know about this game for the most part is outlined somewhere in these health topics. So if you need to know more about the game, just take a look around in here and you will probably figure out what you need to know. So let's go up this way. What level is this guy? You can see the enemy's tech level and some information about them up here. You can see their tech level down here, what kind of weapons they have, how much energy and how much shields they have. Like I said earlier, all of the enemies have access to the same upgrades that you have access to. So they can be anything, and they randomly generate every time you encounter foes. I think I'm going to attack that guy. That's fine. Actually, no, this guy's on my level right now. He's like right here ahead of me. He's actually a higher tech level than me, but I should be able to take him. Now, when you first start the game, enemies will like almost never be hostile to you because they just don't care. They don't know who you are yet. But when you attack them, of course, they're going to defend themselves. By the way, all of the loot that you find, all of this is data, and that goes towards either unlocking stuff, or if you already know what the data is for, then it goes to replenishing your energy reserves. There's a lot of enemies around here now. This guy's a pretty low level. Let's go ahead and take him out. Oop. Not very good at aiming, especially since the frame rate keeps dropping due to the recording. Anyway, could also use my lightning gun. Next time we see an enemy, let's try using that. That's what it looks like, by the way. What was I saying? Ooh, what are you? A dead guy. That's what you are. The lightning gun, very high damage, but very low range. So you have to get in close to use it, which can be dangerous, but you can also take out enemies pretty fast. Oh, I was also saying all of the stuff floats towards you, except for some reason... Oh, those are good guys. Those are good guys. Okay, don't crash into them. They get mad about that. Well, just crashing into them once doesn't usually make them mad, but if you harass them, you get mad. For some reason, uranium does not float towards you. And so you have to actually go and manually pick that up. I know it sounds racist, but you can tell enemies by their color. If they're red, their viruses are malware. If they're green, they are operating system or antivirus. Oops. You can also tell by the little icon hovering over their health meter. These guys, they have this downward triangle thing. That means they're bad. Also the skulls, those are the malware, and that means that they are bad as well. Let's try to... Oh, by the way, when you are killing people, if you kill people quickly, you gradually get this multiplier. Ah, jeez. You... Oh yeah, he's malware. For a second I thought a good guy was attacking me, and I was like, what the heck, man, on your side. The multiplier is down here. Right now it's plus 25.8%. Basically, the more stuff I kill, the more loot will drop. That multiplier kind of fades out over time, so you want to stay on like these big killing sprees as long as you can so that you can collect as much stuff as possible. I'm also playing on not the easiest, but also not the hardest difficulty setting, so I'm getting a decent amount of loot just from the difficulty of the enemies that I'm fighting. But I could be getting more if I was playing on a harder mode. These upgrades... okay. Okay. Uranium. Oops. Let's not worry about the uranium right now. Oh, they're all using lightning guns. They love the lightning guns. And those things just kill your shields. I need to back off from... Oh, okay. I'm gonna die. Let's get the heck out of here. Too many of them. Too many guys attacking from too many different angles. I'm going to take out my frustration on this guy. If you saw that one little upgrade, it kind of looked like a mesh-shaped tube thing. That was a carbon nanotube. That means I got more of those I can spend on overclocking my upgrades and stuff. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's fight lightning with lightning. Probably a bad idea, but, oh, especially since I'm getting kind of low on health. Let's fight lightning with main gun. Because I have the range advantage as long as I'm using the main gun. And you notice the little targeting reticle for the main gun helps you in leading your target. It can't quite compensate for if the enemy is going to maneuver out of the way at the last moment, but it does help you kind of judge how far ahead you have to aim in front of your people in order to hit them. In front of your targets. Let's get them. Strafe around a little bit to avoid getting hit. Try to maneuver as much as you can. The up and down buttons, as they are by default, are a little bit awkward to hit, and I'm thinking about finding something to rebind them to. Oh, by the way, I always forget, I have missiles. They don't do a heck of a lot of damage, but they do home in on the target. And also, my missiles are probably low level because I haven't really upgraded them, so that might be part of the reason that they are not so great. That's a bad guy. And you notice occasionally little messages pop up saying that my reputation with the OS is going up, and Yeah, basically that means that I'm making them happy by killing bad guys. Or what, from my perspective, are the bad guys. Like I said, you can side with either side you want, and your options in the game change as a result. So, it's up to you. The decisions are yours, and yours alone. And my, let's see. I'm actually collecting a decent amount of uranium. And upgrades. I'm sure I've unlocked something, and I just missed the message because I'm trying to talk at the same time. Hold on. Let's... Wait. Oh, that zooms in. Wait, when did I get the Inferno gun? I guess I unlocked that recently. Oh, that's cool. So, anyway, let's head back to home base, using the mini-map in the bottom there. Wait, which way do we need to face? I can't tell which way I'm facing on this thing. Okay, we're going the right way. Sorry if this is making anybody motion sick. There's not much I can do about that. That's just the nature of the game. Plus my twitchy hands and stuff. The reason I headed to that base in particular, by the way, something I think I forgot to mention. Oh, insufficient energy. I've been boosting too much, trying to fly too fast. We can just kind of coast a little bit, though. This thing down here, the tech level HUD marker thingy. Basically, you see that little border around that number 4 there? If I change that down, it'll actually hover over that one, because that's level 3. This one basically helps you find places that are appropriate for your level. So since I'm closer to tech level 4, I headed up to that one because I figured, you know, tech level 4 versus me being a tech level 3.83 shouldn't be too difficult. Let's head to a good guy base over here. The blue means antivirus, I believe, and green means operating system, if I remember that right. Yeah, blue is antivirus. So this is an antivirus base. And these guys are okay with us. So we can go in here and sometimes an enemy will fly in. And basically when that happens, all you gotta do is hover over them and hit X. Hover over them with your cursor and hit X on the keyboard. And that calls all of the nearby allies to your aid. And they'll basically take them out for you. You can do that elsewhere on the map too, but it's especially satisfying in bases because the bad guys just get swarmed from all directions by good guys, and it's fun. So, oh, we completed or no, we haven't completed this hull yet. It's actually just available for us to buy if we want to. It's still way too expensive for us to get. Upgrades. I'm sure we unlocked some upgrades while we were out there. Oh. Energy regen. Nice. Let's take that. We could use it. Shield regeneration, engines. These guys are well stocked. Well, plus I've unlocked a lot of stuff. I guess they're not actually necessarily that well stocked because I'm not seeing any buy icons. Missile regen booster, missile storage booster. That could be kind of useful, although I always forget about my missiles. Hold on, what do I have installed right here? Lightning shield. Why don't I go ahead and take gyro shield? Electrical damage. That's just incoming damage. Why would I not take the one that reduces all incoming damage? That's cool. Okay. Shields, weapons. Oh, I could, if I had a little bit more uranium, I could complete the plasma gun. They actually got it pretty cheap here, but I still won't have that much, so that's fine. Anyway, this is a massively difficult and crazy game to try to explain everything, but I think you are probably getting a sense for the depth of it, and you can learn more on your own. You can look at the website, you can look at the help topics if you get the game and try it for yourself. You can watch other videos, people who explain things more clearly and concisely than I do. I'm all over the place when I'm trying to explain games like this. I'm going to head into the sphere, which is where you can do these little challenge arena things, and I'm going to see if, now that I'm a tech level 4.17, if I can handle it. A better indication of which gun I have selected would be a really nice thing, because it just kind of says it here, and sometimes it's hard to see. Oh. Let's just get him really quick, just for fun. Yeah. By the way, the penalty for dying, it's not like permadeath or anything. You just lose a little bit of your uranium. Especially when you're a low level and you don't have that much uranium. It's not a very huge loss at all. Takes a little while to fly down this corridor into the belly of the beast, as it were. But once you're here, I like that blur effect, because it's kind of more distant than the walls that are around you, so it kind of distance blurs it. That can actually be disabled if you don't like it. But anyway, all of these little tunnels here are different challenge arenas that you can go to for all of the factions that you are enemies with. And they are all written out in binary. So this one should be number 1 here, because it's 0001. Let's go ahead and head into here and see if we can handle it. By doing this, you can win some upgrades, and you can also convert this area into, you know, it's like orange right now, which I think means malware. Which one does that mean? It's either malware or virus when it's orange. I don't know which specifically this one is. Actually, I can find out by going to help and hitting situation report. This is a malware area. Ooh, what is this? Anyway. Enemies. Not very high level guys. I'm actually going to switch to my Inferno gun. Try that out. What is that shield thing that keeps on appearing? What's this other guy? Let's go ahead and take him out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use lightning gun here because it takes the guys out pretty fast and keeps me out of trouble. So you see right now my camera over there on the left has reverted into this kind of rear view thing. But when I have something targeted, it'll focus on my target. Some carbon nanotubes. Will this open yet? No. Which way do I need to go? Tell me. Oh, more enemies. That's why. But yeah, I tend to be all over the place when I'm trying to explain like deep and crazy games like this, so if you need more information, feel free to look elsewhere. My frame rate's dying for some reason, I'm not sure why. I need to target this guy so I can actually see him. There he is. Okay, let's not use lightning against that guy because he's using lightning, and oh, I think that shield is like, as part of the challenge thing, if I'm flying backwards, I have a shield in front of myself. Or wait, no, I know what that is. The gyro shield. That's a miscellaneous upgrade that I equipped. I don't actually really necessarily want that, because it gets in my own way sometimes. Anyway, this should lead on to the next area. Why is my frame rate getting so jittery all of a sudden? That's not cool. That's really not cool. I'm not okay with that. Oh, bad guy. Oh. Yeah, that shield is actually being more trouble than it's worth in a lot of cases, because I tend to fly backwards a lot to kind of back away from my opponents while I'm fighting them. And yes, I crash into the walls a lot. It happens. It's a thing. It's a thing that happens. Okay, so these are the upgrades that we are going to be getting access to if we win this. And down there is the thing that'll allow us to turn things in our favor for, I think I started to say earlier, this is like malware controlled right now. If we can actually beat this place, we will get access to, we'll get the ability to change it to either operating system or antivirus. The enemies seem like they're usually smart enough to switch between using main guns and lightning gun depending on range. So far I haven't really seen them using anything else, but this is still early in the game when a lot of those other weapons aren't necessarily going to be available to me yet, or them. Oh boy. Since that shield thing's in my way from using my normal tactics, just try my best attempt at flying in and doing it with the lightning gun as best as possible. Awesome. Oh, I got the F2 dart hull. I can equip that now if I want to. You need to die. I'll collect your uranium, thank you very much. Give me your data and nanotubes. Okay, was that everything? Was that everybody? I think that was everybody. Because I can go back in here now. And... are these open? No, those aren't open yet. I think I actually have to do the thing where I upload the good guys or bad guys here. Yeah. Here I can start system restore, which helps the OS, or upload antivirus, which helps the antivirus. So I like the antivirus guys. Let's go with them. I like the blue color scheme. I don't know why that option appeared twice. Okay, now this place is antivirus controlled and these upgrades are free for us to take. Oops. Yay! I think I got them. I think the shield is getting in the way. I actually don't like that gyro shield thing. I need to get rid of that. Anyway, so that is NeonXSZ, at least a nice little chunk near the beginning of it. We will take the shortcut on out of the challenge sphere here and head back out on to the rest of the world. Probably going to save our progress. In fact, I will go ahead and hit F11 to quick save to slot 0. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. That's all I'm going to show for now. Catch you guys later. Bye.